What is going on, guys? My name is Mr. Buttons, and welcome to another Double D Show review, where today I'll be talking to you guys about the game Smite Battleground of the Gods. And if you guys don't know what Smite is, it is a MOBA, which is a massive a massive online battle arena, if you didn't know what MOBA meant in the first place. And it's not like League of Legends, where it's kind of like the God view perspective. It's actually a third person, I believe, where you're right behind the God, and then you're basically right in the battle, and it's exciting, really. And then, really, all you have to worry about is it worth it to play this game? I mean, starting off, the price of the game is free unless you want to buy the God Pack, which I think is $24, but don't buy that right away. There's no reason to. Because each week there's a free rotation of like 7 gods, I believe. So you have a solid, like, if you want to play a good ton of matches, you have a solid base of what to play and like who you should know, because there's also continuously free gods like Neith, I believe, and I think Ra is free. And yeah, so it's free, so why wouldn't you download it? I mean, it takes it takes memory. It's about it. You have to have enough memory and possibly enough, like, it has to be a powerful enough graphics card to play the game, but even that, it doesn't have to be that powerful, really. And don't worry about getting bored with the game. It has multiple varieties of game modes, which has, I mean, per game mode it has one map, but even that, each map has 20 different ways that you can play depending on how you play. You can play more defensively, you can play more offensively. If you're playing Conquest, you can play jungle, mid, ADC, which is attack, damage, carry, solo, which means you're just basically playing on your own, hoping that the jungler comes over every once in a while, lets you get a kill or two, and then you're basically on your own for the rest of the time. Or your support, which means you're wandering around or sticking with the ADC, trying to help him get to the later game, because ADCs are possibly the most beneficial character in the game when it comes to late game. And yeah, so you just have multiple ways to play. I personally play in the mid lane a lot because that's just the most fun. So you just make your own decision off of that. Another thing is to not get worried about losing interest in the amount of gods to play, or just lose interest in the amount of gods to play, because there are, I believe, 67. If not, there's not. I don't know. I forget exactly how many gods. There's around 60 now, I think. But, so don't worry about getting bored on what gods to play. I mean, some gods are more difficult to get into, and that's fun. Some gods are higher damage, but they also have lower health, kind of like a glass cannon, if you will, which is another term for people that have low health. And they just do a shit ton of damage. Sorry about swearing there, it's just the best word to use for that. Probably not, but whatever. It doesn't matter. And the game is always, like, Hi-Rez, the developer of the game, has many ways to help a new player into the experience, or how to help him to learn how to play. There is a training mode. The first match that you play, I believe you play as Neith, and that's just to tell you the basics of like how to shoot, how to launch your abilities, how to do all of these things. And Hi-Rez also uploads videos pretty often on how, like, God reveals, which is what they do to introduce a new character. And they also have they also have YouTubers continuously playing Smite, like DM Brandon. Drybear used to do it, but now he's the lead developer on Hi-Rez's game Paladins. They have live streams, like, they have competitive gameplay, kind of like Call of Duty or League of Legends. Like, they pay pretty well for that. No offense, but you'll probably never get there unless you play continuously all day and you're really good at the god. Or actually, you have to be really good at just a role in general. Like, you have to be one of the best. There's also, the community of Smite is actually really good. It's not mean, personally, I don't like the community of League of Legends or Dota 2, or even Dota in general. But, because those people, to me, they just always kind of seem shitty. Sorry again about swearing there, but they don't seem to be nice or friendly whenever somebody's having a bad game or somebody's like trying to learn the ropes. They're always pretty angry. There's also a lot of Smurf accounts, and if you don't know what Smurf accounts are, they are people that are really good at the game. They create a new account that's low level so they can go and they can just kill noobs, which again, if you don't know noobs, they're just new people to play the game. They're not very good at it usually. They are still trying to learn the ropes. They're trying to learn the ways that you wander around the map. They're trying to learn the ways that you basically just play in general. But Smite has a solid community. They have people always playing. I almost never run into matches. I mean, I only play normal. I don't play ranked. Ranked, people get a little bit angrier because that actually matters to people, because that gets you to like higher levels. It can get you to more like it gets you to more competitive. It's just competitive. It's more competitive. But in normal, you almost never run into people that are just bad. I was about to swear there again. I mean, there definitely are those people, but there always are. It's just the way that the game works. And they're always easy to deal with. Just make fun of them. They get really angry. So that's what's fun about it. And also, you must allot yourself a good amount of time. I think the shortest match that I've ever played was like 10 minutes. So, and then the longest match I've ever played was an hour and 10 minutes. So you've got to give yourself a time in between that. Like, if you have to go somewhere within an hour, you might not want to play a match of Smite. I mean, you can definitely do that. You might just have to leave in the middle of it or something. I mean, there are always 10-minute games that just the team surrenders and that's it, or your team surrenders. But seriously, just leave yourself like an hour and a half to actually play. Just plan out your time well. It takes a while to play these matches, especially to get into it, where to a point that you can really start killing people, or you can just be beneficial to the team in general. So in conclusion, Smite is just an easy game to get into. It's free. It has a lot of support behind it from the developers. It's got a lot of support behind it from the community. It's got a lot of support behind it from just the way that the game is set up, from the way that they teach you how to play. They do it in a very smart way, and it's not as popular as League, so there won't be as many people playing it. It's not as popular as Dota. Dota is a lot. It's probably the easiest MOBA to get into. It's probably the easiest MOBA to learn the ranks, or learn the ways to play it. And just personally, I would recommend it to anybody that wants to play a MOBA, because League is difficult to get into. Dota, I think every single one of those champions, sorry, are difficult to play. It's just it's fun once you learn it, but that's after like 10-15 hours of playing it. So you gotta make your own decision off of it. And I would definitely recommend it to anybody that wants to start playing it. And I hope I see you guys in the battlefield. Adios.
Yo guys,
Hope y'all enjoyed.
if you did, then be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next video.